Hey everyone, it's Arica here. So my first stretch video, everyone said the birds were a little bit too loud. And then my second stretch video, I turned the sounds of nature down and I couldn't hear anything. So hopefully today is like a little bit in between. It'll be a good volume point for us to stick with. So I'm moving on to the portion of my stretch class that is lying on your back. And if you have a roller at home, you can get it out. I like to start by rolling out my back because I hold a lot of tension there. And also if you have a strap, that's an option to use during this part of class. So if you can hear it, we have waves going on in the background right now. And if you do want to start with your body roller, you can go ahead and roll out your back. If you don't have one, you can just simply skip this part of the video, but we won't be here for very long. So I tend to just focus on wherever I'm having tension. So I might just stick with one small portion of my back and go back and forth. Or if I find a good spot to really release my weight over, I can do that too. One of my favorite things to do is to bring the roller all the way up to my neck. Try to find the sweet spot where you can let your shoulders relax and then just turn right and left. And when you look right and left, it'll give your neck a little massage. If you have rollers at home, it's always great to do a full body roll, especially now that we're cooped up inside all day. Maybe I'll do a poll to see how many of our patrons have rollers, and we can do a full class of rollers. So when you're finished, you can just put your roller to the side. We're going to come all the way down to our backs. First, just bringing our knees in, rocking right and left of the spine, trying to keep your head, neck, and shoulders relaxed. Then we're going to hold just our right leg in, let our left leg extend long. Then take the right leg off to the side of your body, holding it here. If you want, you can go full through to extension, or you can just keep it nice and tucked close, keeping that left sits bone down. You're going to bring it back to neutral. Send that leg straight up to 90 degrees, and then you're going to move through the ankle and the foot. So you can do circles if that's good for you, or just like when we're rolling out our back on our body roller, we can sort of explore here and see if there's different places in our foot that we're holding tension, and just go back and forth over those areas. Then we're going to bring that knee in, flex the foot, sort of playing. And then we're going to lengthen through a straight knee and then articulate all the way through the foot. So here's a good place that you might want to use a band if you have one. So if you feel like you're lifting your body up to make this action happen, then this would be a good time to incorporate a prop so that you're not stressing out other parts of your body while we're stretching our legs and back. So again, bend and flex, or you can do this with your strap, and then articulate through the foot. And last time. After that third one, we're going to keep a hold of that right ankle with the left hand, and we're going to cross the midline and hold. So once we're here, we can just stay here, breathe through it if this is intense for you. Or if you want to explore, you can grab your foot, invert it, send back out through a straight knee, and you'll feel this move a little bit closer to the IT band. You might even feel a stretch in your IT band. You can also, where your hand originally was, take your right hand and stick it inside the crease of your hip And then we're gonna actively pull our hands away from each other in opposition. And this always gives me a very different stretch experience. Then we're gonna take that knee all the way down, let the body spiral. Bringing that right arm back behind you. You can look at that right arm. Or sometimes I like to scan the room with my focus. So I'm just allowing my neck to be free, and I'm looking right and left. When you're finished, we're going to take that right arm up and over, slide the right knee open, find your relaxation stretch here. And then we're going to let that tailbone pull us back, stacking the right leg on top of the left. When we get back to the mat, we're going to take our right hand to our right knee, and we're just going to give a gentle press and kind of create some space in the joint. Some people might not feel this at all. Some people might feel a big stretch. It just depends on your body. And then we'll reach down to grab that left side. If you have to bring the body off the mat to grab that left side, no big deal. Just place it back down, check in, make sure you're relaxing your head, neck, and shoulders. You can also rock your glute stretch if you want. So we're going to keep a hold of the left leg, send the right one down. You can shake it out if you want to. So now we're right back to where we started on the left leg. So we're going to hold it here. Then take it off to the side of the body. You can go to a fully extended leg here if you want. You don't have to. Bring it back into neutral. Take it straight up to 90 degrees, and then we're going to mobilize foot, ankle, toes. We're going to bend and flex it. Point and lengthen. Again, bend and flex. Remember, you can use your strap here if you want. Last one. After that last one, we're going to keep a hold of the left ankle, the right hand. We're going to cross the midline. And then if you tried any of the variations on the other side, be sure to try them on this side. So you can grab the foot, invert it, send it back out to a straight leg. Then put that hand back down to the ankle, take your left hand into the hip crease, and actively pull the hands away from each other in opposition. When you're ready to bend that knee, bring it all the way down. You can stack it with the right arm if you want. Take that left arm open behind you. You can keep looking back at the arm, or you can scan the room. Taking that left arm up and over, sliding that left knee out. Just release everything here. Try to turn off all the muscles. That tailbone's gonna pull us back. And we get our backs to the mat. Make sure that we're square. Take that left hand to the left knee. Just press it gently away, create a little space in the joint. And then again, reaching down for that right side. If you do have to bring your body off the ground to do that, just make sure you settle back in, relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Try not to have your head and neck like this in stretch class, but extending nice and long through the spine. And you can always rock the spine if you want. Some other things that feel good to do while we're here on our back, we can stir the femurs and the hip sockets. Some people like to make complete circles, same leg or both legs at the same time, or it might feel better for you to let one go or to just stir one leg at a time. You can take the bottoms of the feet together, reach down and pull them into the midline. You can do happy baby. You can rock your happy baby. I really like extending one leg and then the other. So normally in my stretch class, I just give some time on our backs to explore any of those options that I just gave you. So whatever feels good for you today. And when you finish with that, we have a couple of little bit more difficult stretches. These are optional, so you can stay exploring with any of the options that I just gave you, or we can kick our feet back over our head. Some days I look like an acrobat doing this, and other days, if I'm really tight, it's sad. So don't beat yourself up about it. And also I'm going to show you a way that you can prop your hips up if you're not all the way there. So we'll kick our legs back over our head. And if we want, we can sort of grab right here on our sides and hold. And so this gives you the ability to sort of work at your own pace. So if this is where you are today, that's great. Maybe on your next exhale, you can try to soften behind you a little bit more. Maybe tomorrow, it'll be better. Just gotta keep practicing. If you are here, whether or not your feet are touching the ground or if you're propped up, at any time you can bend your knees to get a little relief. You can wag your tail. Those are some things I do in class if it's just not a good feet over the head day for me. So those are some options. One fun thing I like to do out of this, if you ever want to get a little core exercise in on your way out, is I'll slowly control my legs from all the way back over my head, all the way down to the ground. So I really focus on keeping that small of my back attached to my mat and not letting it curve off the mat so I can slide my hand under, but really pressing it, engaging my abdominals, focusing on my breath. I try to keep my feet side by side as much as possible so I'm working my sides equally. And I always challenge myself to bring those legs and feet down as slow as I can. So next, if you have your bridge or if you're working on bridge, we're gonna go up there. I don't have a lot of back flexibility, which is why I intentionally like doing this one because it's a big challenge for me. If it scares you, you really don't want to try and go for your full bridge. You can always go here and hold that. So wherever you're at, we're gonna press up to our version of bridge. If you're really good at this, you can extend one leg and then the other straight up in the air. And whether you are there or if you're up here in your bridge, we can all meet at the top here so that we can work on articulating through our spine. So when you finish, you're just going to try to intentionally set down one vertebra at a time. I'm also keeping my legs in parallel position and active the whole way, so I feel a little fire on the back of my legs while I'm working through the spine. You can do that multiple times. You can also rock at the bottom. That might provide some relief if you have any stress or tension there. And sometimes, especially in the mornings, if I'm really immobile, I will just go through this exercise starting from the ground, curving those hips up, bringing it back through the small of my back, and each time I just try to take it a little bit higher, thinking about it as if I'm taking one more vertebra with me each time. So if that's something that feels good for you, you're welcome to try that as well. And then the last thing I would do here is try to reach down for those ankles, place my arms slightly underneath. Keep those legs active so they don't splay out. And relax it down. If you have any other stretches you would want to do on your back, you can incorporate those now. Sometimes I repeat my quad stretch, which we did in the last video, so you're welcome to do that here as well. Always remember to have your water. And I hope to see you guys in another class again soon.